on the Wax and Packs box Market Watch Investors Corner, Chris's Corner. So I love that so much. I love that so much.
I just love that I'm part of it, so I'll just take it. It's a win for me.
All right, so we're back at the unnamed Cards and Packs Corner investor thingy madoodle. So I think first and foremost we got to come up with a name, but I'm gonna introduce it first before we talk about what the name should be. And Chris is not allowed to name it. Anyone but Chris can name what the segment is going to be. It could
Josh. Josh, I want you to realize how uncomfortable Chris is right now.
Yeah,
he doesn't get.
Actually, can we put him on mute? Can we mute him? Is there any way we can mute him?
I don't think so. But
what were you say, Josh?
When you get to your list, you'll see it's not just sports.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't like keep it so narrowly focused. Like,
Josh, you know this stuff, so I'll be interested in your view on some of these. But so I like I said, I took a little different approach because there was a lot of different ways that I could have approached this. And so instead of doing top 15 and then top 15 for that, it's just too much. I also didn't limit myself to just March, right? I just looked back on eBay, whatever had been sold within the last 90 days. Well, going forward, I think we'll focus on a monthly basis. But since I was kind of coming out of the box, that was a way to do it. Now, I've also seen Chris, like the Darth Maul, for instance, and I think, the last episode before that, we had 2 Skeletors, if I recall. When I was looking at these, I could have done 87 Fleer basketball 15 times, right? And it just didn't make sense to do the same thing 3 times. It was just kind of boring. So what I did is, if there was multiple sales, I talked about the range, and just took the highest priced one, the first time I saw it. So, without further ado, here is the inaugural. I don't know what the hell we're going to call this thing. Market Watch Investors Corner Wax and Packs thingy madoodle. All right.
Here we go.
All right. Here we go.
Market Watch. All right.
Number. So
copyright.
This is the top 10 sports related full boxes. All right. Number 10 on the list. I loved this growing up, right? This is one of my favorite things. Is a 1985 Topps WWF Pro Wrestling Stars Wax Packs box. Now, this is for 2 boxes, 2 raw boxes. When I say raw boxes, I mentioned kind of the third-party authentication. You'll see that come up a little bit more, and I'll talk about what that means. But this was not 1, but 2 boxes that sold for $13,000, right? So I was very surprised that wrestling cards go for this much money.
Oh, yeah.
But really, really high. So what I've done with some of these now, for those that collect this stuff, you'll see the highest value boxes tend to be due to whatever the key cards are in that box, right? And, we'll get to an 86 Fleer later on in the run. But that's based on the fact that a Michael Jordan rookie card coming from that box can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that's gonna guide the sales of that box.
Also, Spud Webb's rookie. I'm sure that drives that price.
Spud.
Yeah.
You have an affinity for Spud Webb, huh?
Well, some of us short people, it's like this space for rent. I get it. It's like
That's right. So, in this particular box, I just lost my list. There it is. So, in this particular box, the prime one, which should surprise no one, is the Hulk Hogan number 1. And recent eBay sales, the top sale was around $3,800 for a PSA 9. I didn't find any PSA 10s. For those of you who don't know, PSA is, I mentioned them before, is the only other company that grades and slabs packs. Obviously, they're known for their card grading above all else. If I had found a PSA 10, probably would have been in the 10,000 plus range.
I think one sold in the 40,000 range.
40.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I know. Yeah.
Ooh. Well, and that's actually one thing that struck me about this list generally before we go through it is, we talk about toys, and that's our primary business as we get into this new line. Maybe someday this will be the primary business. Who knows? Right. Who knows where this will take us? But the values on these boxes are well beyond. I mean, this is 13,000 is number 10.
Yeah, toys are cheap. This beat that. Your number 5, your number 10 beat all the toys.
Right.
Right.
That's a very interesting thing to note. So
Yeah.
all right, so that's number 10. Number 9. This is pretty cool. I actually like the way that this box is set up too. You know, again, you folks will be able to see the pictures when this comes out in video. Is a 1976 Topps football wax box, as opposed to a lot of the boxes that are square. This is a rectangle. Yep. Just really cool artwork on it. I think, you know, that's another thing that strikes me about how awesome some of these boxes look, and that's why there's people that collect full boxes like this.
Well, that's why we're going to grade them, and that's one. So it's one thing I don't know that we've touched on is that nobody grades boxes. Period. Yeah.
Nobody grades boxes.
So and the thing
there was a company. Right? There was a company. GAI, and I forgot what the GAI stands for. They're now
authentic something. Yeah, something. Yeah.
There you go. Now they would grade boxes as well. You'll find a few of them here and there, but what they did, it was like almost like a more rigid plastic, but you know, they stamped it.
Right.
That's exactly right.
You can't leave the store with this without having to get it, opened up.
Yeah, exactly. You need scissors to cut it out.
Right.
Right.
Anyway, back to the 76 Topps football wax box. The big one on this is Walter Payton's rookie card.
Yes.
And again, some of these prices that these individual cards are getting are just bananas. It's in a different stratosphere. It's certainly not something that I would ever be able to approach buying. But a PSA 10 Walter Payton rookie card, there was a bunch of sales. The top sale was 80,000.
Yeah.
And just the amazing difference in a PSA 10 versus a 9. A 9 jumps down to 15,000. So a $65,000 difference for something that you cannot tell with your eyes.
And that's the crazy thing about wax stuff, especially from that generation, is that like 10s are rare. Right. Yep. They are like, they're not manufactured rare. They are just rare.
Right. Everything's either off center or it was by the gum or it's by the
wax on the top. Yeah.
There's so many things that could be wrong that there's only don't buy that box thinking you're going to pull a 10.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, you could get one that was, right in the center of the pack, so it doesn't have gum and it doesn't have wax, and then that thing could have like 80/20 centering. Yep. It's just
or an ugly rough cut.
Or a huge print mark on it. I mean, like, there's just so much that could go wrong with those things. It's crazy.
So. All right, so moving on. The next one on the list is 1974 Topps baseball wax box, which sold for a whopping 17,000. Actually, I don't even think I said. Did I say the price of the last one? I think I did.
I'm not sure.
15,100 was the 76. Right. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I'm rolling through it. 74 Topps baseball wax box sold for 17,750. So this is the first one on our list that is baseball card exchange wrapped. And what that means, Josh was alluding to it before. There's a company who's the preeminent box authenticator. They also have a service for rack packs as well, which is what Chris previously showed. Very well-known guy named Steve Hart that runs their operation. Very well respected, the top place when it comes to this stuff. You can give a box to him. What he does is he confirms that all of the packs within the box are legitimate, not resealed, not tampered with, that that you're getting an unsearched, perfectly legitimate full box with full packs.
Not necessarily unsearched. So
not unsearched?
No. So he's just saying that those packs within that box belong to that series, to that box, they're sealed. If it's from a sealed factory case, that's when they're unsearched.
So you're saying he's not confirming that the wax packs have not been opened?
No, they're not open. Oh, you mean searched? I mean, like, let's say you bought a rack pack box.
Okay, no.
Search pull all the ones with the stars. Put all non-star ones.
I was saying that the wax packs are still
sealed. Right.
Yeah.
Unsearched because people press them. They press the tops to make sure the star isn't on the top or the
back.
Right. So he's not saying those original 36 packs.
There's no way he could do that. There's no way he could do that.
That's why he doesn't do it, because he can't.
Yeah.
Well, so actually, I've seen with the 86 Fleer box is that what people will do is if they're buying it, they want to have good distribution of stickers on the back. Yep. So that's one thing they look for. Because the thing is, the 86 Fleer was very well known that their patterns are almost
collation
unbreakable.
Known, right.
So if you like look on the top and there's any one of like 4 or 5 players, you know you got a Jordan in that pack.
Yep, exactly.
Interesting. So just to wrap that up, we talked about the baseball card exchange. You'll see that more throughout the list. This, again, this one sold for $17,750. The big card in this one is a Dave Winfield rookie card. The top sale.
Anthony's favorite.
That's my childhood hero right there.
Well, so I'm gonna get into that in a second. I'd be interested in your view. The top sale for the Dave Winfield rookie card, he was with the Padres on it during his rookie year, was $43,600, and then a PSA 9 jumps down to $2,500. Just a huge margin. Now, my thought on that, and then I'll turn it over to you, Anthony. I was even surprised that a Dave Winfield rookie card would get $43,000, right? Like Dave Winfield I can't recall. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Oh,
he's a Hall of Famer.
It definitely
he's a Hall of Famer.
I'm gonna say I think got inducted 2001, hands down. Yeah,
but even then, look, Dave Winfield was a good baseball player, good enough to be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. The fact that one of his cards would go for $43,000 is it blows my mind. He's not an all-time great. He's not anything close to that.
Absolutely, but I think it's because he's a Yankee. He spent most of his career as a Yankee. And he's a Hall of Famer. And there's got to be Dave Winfield collectors and
there's only
a PSA 10. Yeah, I was going to say a PSA 10 is probably extremely rare.
Right.
One of my best friends is a Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera baseball card collector. And the stuff that he pulls out and what he tells me they're worth, I can't.
We're going to get to there's a Jeter on the list.
Oh, my God.
There's a Jeter. There's a Jeter on the list,
and there's,
buddy.
There's like, PSA 10, one of ones, 20 grand. I'm like, for a car, I just can't believe it. So I can definitely believe that a Dave Winfield 10 rookie card is that much.
I still don't believe it.
So incidentally, I did the math really quick, and maybe if you see me looking down at my phone, but $493 a pack.
Yeah.
Wow. Just as
interesting. The next one on the list is a 72 to 73 Topps basketball wax box, which sold for $18,200 American dollars. This one is also baseball card exchange wrapped. The big ones in this box are the Dr. J, Julius Erving rookie card. The top sale I was able to find on eBay was only a PSA 8, but even at an 8 was a $7,750 card. Wow. So you can imagine a 9 is probably 4 times that, and
at least,
and a 10 is 50 times. I don't know, maybe
it's probably nearing $100,000 card. Basketball is on friggin' fire right now.
Yeah, unbelievable. And then another top card that I found on there, obviously it's not his rookie card or anything close, but a KAREEM ABDUL JABBAR at PSA 9 was $4,500 card.
And it's not early because his name's KAREEM.
Right, exactly. It was, I think, he was a few years into his career. So we're gonna get to your boy here on the next one, Anthony. A 1993 SP baseball wax hobby box. Josh, do you know the difference? I should have looked it up before. Yeah. The hobby box versus just a regular box.
That year, I don't know the difference.
Okay.
The
oftentimes
have different, rates of getting hits. Like you
okay.
Like a hobby box may have like 2 guaranteed inserts or 2 guaranteed autographs, for example.
But I don't know the actual difference for that 93 box at all.
Okay. Well, anyway, this one was produced. It was $18,500 for something in the 90s. I was surprised at that. Yeah. Because you think of like the junk wax era, late 80s, early 90s.
That is the heart of junk wax.
So I was really surprised that hit it that high of a number. This one is not baseball card exchange wrapped. This is the factory sealed cellophane. And the top card in that one is your boy Anthony Derek Jeter,
the captain.
Exactly. I was very disappointed not to be able to find a PSA 10 for that, but a Beckett. So we didn't talk about Beckett yet. Beckett Grading Service. Beckett is the company that used to put out the monthly magazines with the pricing, the Beckett baseball card monthly. What the hell is the name of it again?
BGS.
No.
Beckett baseball card monthly, Beckett hockey card monthly. They had it. They were delineated.
Those.
Yeah, they were like every week one would come out, and you'd have to be at that card shop that day. It
was great.
They were awesome.
You know, Beckett. He's got a daily podcast. It's
Dr. James Beckett.
Yeah, it's literally like 10 minutes long. I know this because my son's second grade teacher is he's like a pretty well known card collector. He's been interviewed on it twice.
Cool.
Yeah, Mr. O'Keefe.
I mean, it's no passion for collecting, but he probably does a nice job.
I mean, 10 minutes, like we're like 3 hours. Like really, you have no stamina at all.
Well, that's because Dr. Beckett hosts that and Chris Whitlock hosts this. So, that's the difference right there.
Chris Whitlock.
Yeah.
So the top card, as I was saying, is that I couldn't find a PSA 10, which was disappointing. But the Beckett 9.5 sold for $40,000. Yeah, and the PSA 9 was $35,000. So maybe a 10 should be $100,000 plus.
I think that's
easily maybe $150. I mean,
that's where you are.
Oh my god,
that's just bonkers to me.
And that's just is that a
I'm just thinking
base card?
who's buying this is what I'm saying to myself. Like what?
I listened to and it's a guy that you and I did that and hopefully we end up doing work for him. There is a YouTuber named Chris Soul and he does high rollers. He does modern vintage whatever and it's amazing what these things sell for. And I mean like $100,000 would pay off a good old chunk of my house. And I would love to get if I had one I'd sell because
but again I'm just saying 100,000 is definitely a lot of money. That I think the issue to me on this one is that this is from a time that there's a lot of these out there.
Oh yeah,
a lot of them out there.
So
right? Why is that going for $100,000 for a 10?
Who he is, but the thing is that like there are parallels.
It's not rare. It's not rare is my point, and there's got to be a lot of PSA 10 condition ones like that. And I think a lot of this is.
You can't
demand is probably higher. Yeah. I think like we've lived, at least I've lived in the action figure world. I feel like the sports world is just a higher demand, you know, and that's why
it's more numbers. It's a numbers game.
And PSA and all them, they protect those cards. So like I showed a guy, I showed this guy a video yesterday. There's a video where a guy submitted 50 or so Ken Griffey Jr. 89 Upper Deck rookies, right? 89 Upper Deck. Like this is they were nice. The packs are nice. The cards came out really nice. Do you know out of the 51, he got 110. He got a stack of 6s, a stack of 5s, because they were going by hologram centering and hologram condition, and those cards are very, very condition sensitive in that set, and PSA protects that. You don't want 10 million 10s, so they found some standard by which they're. So people talk about like 9-10 ratios, and that has really poor 9-10 ratios because 10s are very hard to find.
But
so,
Ricky Henderson, 1980.
Yeah, that's another one.
But that one is there's something going on with that because there's no other card in the set that has that same 9-10 ratio.
Not even close. Yeah.
Even cards on different sheets in the same place have better 9-10 ratios. So there's something weird going on with that.
A 10 Ricky Henderson's 200 plus.
Exist.
Yeah,
there's not any.
There are 3 of them. There's like 3. It's some insanely low number.
There was an advertisement somewhere to buy a share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy a share in that card. They like set up a corporation.
Yeah.
Well, it's called you can buy a share. IPOs on cards. Yeah. And then you vote to sell it when you get an offer.
The world has lost its mind. The world has lost its mind when you can own a share in a company that all it is a Ricky Henderson card. Lost its mind.
Yeah, here we are.
Lost its mind.
Yeah.
All right.
It's crazy.
Before I end it here, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. All right, so this one is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, right? So we have here, I mean, I'm like, we talk about owning shares in the Ricky Henderson Corporation. This literally drives me insane. Okay? This for $22,000, some imbecile paid $22,000 for 432 1986 clear NBA basketball wax packs wrappers. The wrappers, the
I'm doing the math
goddamn
on that one.
wrappers.
Oh, really?
The goddamn wrappers.
Oh, I missed that. I thought it was like wax, like pack, like the cards in them.
The goddamn
I missed that. Wow.
wrappers.
That's $50 a wrapper.
Yep.
$50 a
Goddamn
wrapper.
wrappers. Okay, so
You did
let me tell you all the reasons why I hate this real quick. Okay? First of all, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Number one, let's just start right there. Number two, this is clearly someone is buying this to fool people. It's fraud.
Yeah.
No, these sell.
No, so much rewrapping.
Someone is going to wrap these and sell them.
Oh,
Even
okay.
if not
You're
on the
saying
internet,
for
you sell
okay.
them at the flea markets, at local
Yes.
card shows.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
This is going to be
But
used for fraud.
Yep. Agreed.
Because
I hate
I
it.
have seen rappers sell, but maybe that's why.
Yeah, but somebody buying that many.
All right, so this one is really cool. This might be my favorite on the list. It's pretty awesome. This is 1980 to 81 Topps basketball wax box. Went for $55,000, which again, just the numbers we're throwing out here are just nuts.
Yeah.
This one is also baseball card exchange wrapped. Now the big guy in this one is, if you recall, the thing about these cards, it was 3 cards in a row, like 3 little
They were
mini cards you
panels,
could break
yeah.
apart. You could break apart. The big one was Larry Bird and Magic Johnson rookie card with Dr. J in the middle. Just an iconic card to beat all iconic cards. Unfortunately, the highest grade I could find was a PSA 8, which was 15,000, which again probably projects to 100,000 plus. For a PSA 8, sorry, 100,000 plus for a PSA 10.
Those were nearing 10 or 100,000, and they've kind of softened a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that is a very that card was designed to be destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like more so than anything else. I mean, the whole point of that. So if you've never seen that card, folks, is it was basically a regular sized card that you could bend and perforate and tear these things apart.
Yeah.
The idea was you had 3 mini cards all in one. That was the idea. Right, so how many people took these cards that are now 80, 90 grand and separated them out and said, look what I got a whole stack of
I just want the Larry Bird.
I'll trade you so and so for
Yep.
So in this one, and as I said, it kind of at the outset, there was a lot of sales for this particular box. Not this one in particular, but the 80 to 81 Topps basketball box.
It's a popular box. Yeah.
Pretty, for that reason, because of the how iconic that one card is, and it was just before the junk wax era.
Yep.
People were starting to keep these, and they were starting to be more produced than they were in the 70s. So this one was for 55,000. There was a lot of other sales in the 40,000 or so range. This box in particular, I think, is a really nice one. But again, no one is really grading the condition of the boxes.
Right.
So I think Chris has said this. I'll let you say it. What your views about what the grading will add to the box?
Well, yeah, I mean, because think about it, is that that box sold for 55,000. Now we'll call it 55,000 raw, right? Now, if that box is a CAS 9.0, I mean, that now is
We're
a
not
qualifier.
using decimal points. We don't use decimal points.
So it's just a 9.
Just a 9.
Yep.
Get it right, Chris. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Well, I'm a machinist. I got to put the 0.0 or the decimal goes to the other side.
There's no half grades.
What's that?
No half grades.
No half grades.
Okay.
No.
So it'll be a
Peeps.
9.
Yep. Sorry.
But
Go ahead, Chris.
because that box sold for 55,000, that could be a 5, right? So now there's gonna be qualifiers put on here. It's like if you're interested in buying a box, but I'm gonna pass on the 4. I'm gonna wait for a 9 to pop up or something like that. It's gonna create a market.
Yep.
Some of these boxes were in terrible condition because we were talking about this before on a different show, but they would take and they would if these were overstocked, they would mark up the top of these boxes. So that's gonna say that may make that a 4 or a 5. And if you're gonna spend $55,000, maybe that's a $55,000 box, but the $90,000 box is gonna be one that's pristine. So it's gonna be a whole new market for it. I'm so excited from this. I went to a baseball card show today. Before the show, actually, and there's a premium for stuff that's right out of factory cases and for things that look nice, but there's no standardization to that.
And once I grab that out of that case that I paid the guy, it's no longer from a sealed case. Like the next person I sell that to,
right?
It's just another box,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
right. There's no way to keep that grade with it.
But
Yep.
if you had, if we did it, if it came to us as a sealed case, then we could put FASC designation on it. So,
all right. So next one on the list, 2000. Again, this is modern. Well, I guess you would definitely call this modern. 2003 to 04, Topps Chrome basketball factory sealed box. This is where if you look at modern cards now, there's all these different chrome things, and Panini does all this, different borders and stuff like that. I think that's around the time that they might have started just doing that. This is a factory cellophane sealed, not baseball card exchange. $56,000. Now PWCC. This is a PWCC auction.
Yep.
And I'll mention some of their auctions later. It seems like they're the big name in this space, or one of the big names of the space. Their auctions just go bananas from what I've seen. They get higher prices than a lot of people do. I don't know if you know anything about them, Josh, or have watched their sales.
I bought from them on eBay a lot.
Yeah, I mean, why do you think there's a premium attached to their stuff? It's just it's good, or
I think it's all in one spot too. So I'm somebody that I like buying a lot from one person at a time, and they'll have auctions that run. They'll do 1880 to 1921 night, and then they'll do 1920 to 1940 the next night, so I can focus on what cards I want to buy that night. And I only have to go to one seller.
All right. So back to this one, the $56,000 2003 2004 Topps Chrome factory basketball. We talked about the PWCC. The big one in this one is LeBron, right? Which is a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. I have very mixed feelings about LeBron, but the PSA 10 sales on this damn card were in the $200 to $300,000 range. There was a lot of PSA 10s.
Yeah,
there was a lot of PSA 10s.
Over 1,000, I think. I mean, it's up there.
Yeah,
dude, $200,000 to $300,000 for LeBron.
That's like house money.
It is. It is.
Buy a house.
It's crazy.
I wish I'd have them because I
feel like with the Wax and Packs Investor Market Watch Chris's Corner that we're going to be doing. Actually, that's the name. I think it's a Wax and Packs box Market Watch Investor Corner Chris's Corner. That's what I'm going to call it.
The longest title.
That's what I'm going to call it. That's the name.
It's going to be a 2-hour show. 1 hour of it is the title. So
I've settled on a name.
I think it should also be noted that these prices are dwarfing the toy prices, right?
Dwarfing,
Like number 3 is $56,000. I mean,
number 3.
Yeah, like number 1 was what, $15,000? This is unreal.
Yeah, Star Wars currency, $56,000 for those of you keeping score at home is like a DT Darth Vader Minton card. I mean, there's 3 of those.
All right, gentlemen, we're at number 2.
Number two.
The next couple are Fleer basketball, and it's going to surprise no one what number 1 is. But number 2 is 1987 Fleer basketball unopened whack box, sold for $80,000. This one is
unbelievable.
Baseball card exchange wrapped. The big card in this one, everything is Jordan. Now this isn't even his rookie card, which is just bonkers. This is his second year with Fleer. PSA 10 sold anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000, dude.
And name any other good rookies in that set. Go for it.
I looked for it. I couldn't find.
Brad Doherty or something like that was the best guy way back when. I don't think he ended up,
So the second highest card I could find was a Magic Johnson PSA 10 with a top price of $7,800.
Yep.
Wow.
But again, if you look at eBay, it was all the Jordan cards.
Oh yeah.
The 10s, 9s, and 8s of Jordan were higher than any other card in that box.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just a very interesting dynamic, and there was a lot of the 87 Fleers that were sold. Unfortunately I didn't track when I was doing this. Maybe I was drinking at the time. I didn't track the other sales, but there was quite a few 87 Fleer basketballs that were sold, but this $80,000 one was the top price. And that leads us to really the crown jewel of sports. No, it's not a grail. Don't you dare say that. Let me just say that. Is 1986 Fleer. I feel like this is going to be on the list as the number one every single time that we do it.
Unless somebody throws up like a
52
weird
tops or something.
Box. Yeah, 52 tops.
48 Bowman. There was that. You know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so maybe at some point I'll have to revisit this, or we'll start doing. You know, maybe actually I think that's how this is probably going to go. After we do the boxes a few months in a row, I think we're going to see a lot of the same thing over and over to make it kind of boring. To do it with packs. That's exactly what I was going to say, Josh. Exactly what I was going to say. This bad boy sold for $110,100. So if you're the person that bid $110,000 on it, you'd be very, very upset that someone topped you by $100 on it. This was also a PWCC auction, obviously baseball card exchange wrap. The Michael Jordan rookie, the top sale I found on eBay was a PSA 10 at $456,445.
There was a gold auction one went for $750.
Oh,
$750?
Yeah, they've eased up a little bit, but yeah.
I was thinking, like, who is buying this? Like, who is buying? It's got to be like, you know, like Jay-Z is like, spend $1 million
or something.
Yeah.
$1 million on a Jordan card. Why not?
Here's the thing: like, if I'm sitting there, like McLaren, Jordan rookie, McLaren, Jordan rookie, like I'm thinking of friggin' McLaren.
How about, like, you know, putting my kids through college
or that? I mean,
you'd be surprised. Quickly on it, I work for Burlington Stores, which is a publicly traded company, and part of what I do is, you know, I report the top 5 executives and what they make. Our CEO makes $8-9 million a year, and some of the other executives make $1 million, $2 million a year. Now that's just one company, Burlington Stores. There's so many public companies. A lot of these executives make a lot of money. There's a lot of really rich people out there. A lot. And for someone who makes, you know, $10 million a year to shit out, you know, $100,000 for a box,
a little birthday present to myself, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, why not?
So, I mean, it just, you know, again, I think we said it, just how much more this stuff goes for than the toys that is our core is just crazy. Wow.
Well, as CFO of CAS, like, which one of these did you buy? I'm just, you know.
Yeah.
We saw it, 89 Fleer.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So, you know, that concludes the top 10 on the Wax and Packs Box Market Watch Investors Corner, Chris's Corner. So I love that so much. I
just love that I'm part of it, so I'll just take it. It's a win for me.
Well, I mean, you have to be involved in everything, Chris.
I know. I am definitely an attention whore. So it's
that's
like,
right.
You know,
that's right. So what I did, instead of doing another top 10, because it's now 12:30 in the morning, and I normally go to sleep at 9:30. So I
gotta be up in like 4 hours. That's all right.
Actually, I think I'm hallucinating right now. Yeah. You got to get up in 4 hours.
That's all right. I'll be good.
I just chose the top 3 non-sports now.